Hello and welcome to AmakhosiTalks. If this is your first time here, please do subscribe and turn on your post notification bell so that you never miss any upload on the channel. Also, don't forget to like the video as it helps the channel to grow and reach more Khosi fans out there. Today on the channel, we are exclusively talking about our first game of the season, which is in the DSTV Premiership, where we will be taking on Mamelodi Sundowns. Do stay tuned till the end of the video so that you don't miss my predicted possible lineup and the match prediction. So without wasting any time, let's get to it. Now we do start off today with the press conference day, and there Coach Gavin Hunt was joined by Bernard Parker. And what stood out for me in that press conference is the belief and attitude of Coach Gavin Hunt. Reflecting there on the players we missed in the previous game, the coach put it boldly that he is not a person that likes to complain and find reasons as to why his team underperforms. He works with what is available and presented to him, and his main goal is to try and set up the team in an efficient and swift way as possible. He did, however, admit that getting those players who were not available in our previous game is going to be a massive plus for us going into the game against Mamelodi Sundowns. Another massive talking point in that press conference was the coach's trust and belief in the youngsters. I do have to say, for most of us Khosi fans, we have been crying and begging that the youngsters be given a fair chance in the senior team. And I must say, it feels refreshing to hear the coach speak highly of them and even consider them when it comes to selecting the matchday squad. Now, as I mentioned at the start, Bernard Parker also joined the coach in that press conference, and the one aspect that interested me about what he had to say was the coach's ability to identify all the players' position strengths. He expressed how he personally is happy with playing his much preferred number 10 role in the team. Overall, Parker highlighted how all the players are hyped and ready for the next match. Much of that energy is coming from that win against Maritzburg United in the MTN 8 quarterfinal. Also there, I do want to mention the words of Leonardo Castro, who we do remember came on in that second half in the quarterfinal and gave us that much needed presence up front. But of course, we all could see that his fitness levels were nowhere near where they should be. And part of that lack in fitness was due to him sustaining a hamstring injury late last season. He came out there and he said, "Look, it's the first of a long season of 30 games and it's still a long way to go to the finish line. Nonetheless, it's still an important game that we're going to be playing against Mamelodi Sundowns." Now, there for me, Castro was highlighting how big and important of a match it is. Even though it is the start of the new season, it is still against the defending champions and they are still the favorites to retain the championship. And now, moving to the squad availability for the match against Sundowns. We do welcome back Lebohang Manyama, Willard Katsande, and Spelele Njangase, and also Eric Matoho into the team. Samir Nukovic is still not available for selection. It still remains to be seen whether Daniel Akpay will be fit enough to be included in the matchday squad. Now, talking about the players available for the match, Khama Billiat is an honorable mention today because at the start of the week, the coach expressed how he wants Khama to start producing to his best abilities. And I think we all can agree that the last couple of seasons for Khama Billiat have been a shadow of the one player that he once was. But getting off to a strong start in the past weekend with those 2 assists might just be the rebirth of the rich form he once showed. And now Khosi fans, finally getting to the most probable lineup for the match. The first thing that I should say is this game may very well set the tone for our season. So making sure we don't come out at the losing end of the result is number 1 priority. Starting off with the formation, considering the players available in the squad, I do feel that a 4-1-4-1 formation may very well be the standard formation we use for the day. In goal, Itumeleng Khune retains his position as our captain. I do, however, have to mention that at the time of this recording, there were no official news on his potential DC panel exclusion for that incident involving Mosiamedi in the quarterfinal. The back four for me remains unchanged with Sazman and Frosler as our fullbacks, and the new pairing of Daniel Kodoso and Ramahle Mphahlele at centre back also remains. A change in the holding midfield position should see Katsande coming back into the team with a guy missing out. From there, the midfield four of Ngcobo, Manyama, and out wide with Parker and Khama Billiat. Of course, we may see Billiat playing a more central and cutting inside role, as that's his style of play whenever he's played out wide. Up front, although unfit, Castro may very well be the man to lead our attack. And like I say, this is a probable lineup. Considering the match sharpness of Castro, the coach may decide against starting with him, but opt for Kambole in his place, which if that happens, there will need to be a change in formation. Maybe a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 formation will be used on the day. In the bench, of course, we do have to remember that we still have the likes of Njangase, Blom, Mashiane, and many more options should we need to have them come into the match and switch up play. Please do leave down your predicted lineup for the match and join me on the Flick Chat for AmakhosiTalks and make your predictions for the game. Having said that, my prediction for the game is a possible 1-1 draw. As much as our preparations have gone according to plan, I do still think that Mamelodi Sundowns are a tough side and they will throw everything at us. Do comment down below your thoughts about the match in general, and don't forget to share the video with your friends, your colleagues, family, and let's all come together and be one happy Khosi Nation.